everyone. Principal Sheldon here. March is Women's History Month. And that is a month where we celebrate the contributions of women. And I've got a neat person to tell you about today. Her name is Jane Goodall. If you've never heard of Jane Goodall, stick with me as I read through this here. Jane Goodall was born in London in 1934. She began to love animals at a very young age. In fact, she was given a little pet, a stuffed toy chimpanzee when she was 1. And this began her love of animals. And she spent a lot of her childhood watching, observing, and learning about animals. And that inspired her to go on and become someone who worked and actually lived with chimpanzees for many years. In fact, at the age of 26, Jane Goodall traveled to Tanzania, where she studied chimpanzees for over 60 years in their natural habitat. And so today we have a book called Me, Jane. Let's read it together. Me, Jane by Patrick McDonnell. Jane had a stuffed toy chimpanzee named Jubilee. She cherished, which means she loved, Jubilee, and took him everywhere she went. And Jane loved to be outside. I love that she likes being outside. Sometimes I think we spend too much time on screens, and there's so much to learn from the world around us. She watched birds making their nests, spiders spinning their webs, and squirrels chasing one another up and down trees. Jane learned all that she could about the animals and plants she studied in her backyard and read about in books. Very curious, and I love that. Here's some of her notes and pictures that she took as she was learning about animals. One day, curious Jane wondered where eggs came from. So she and Jubilee snuck into Grandma Nut's chicken coop, hid behind some straw, stayed very still. You can see a chicken coming in. And observed the miracle. The chicken laid an egg. It was a magical world full of joy and wonder, and Jane felt very much a part of it. Jane often climbed her favorite tree, which she named Beech. She would lay her cheek against its trunk and seem to feel the sap flowing beneath the bark. Jane could feel her own heart beating, beating, beating. With the wind in her hair, she read... Oh, wait, I think I missed a page here. Did I miss a page? Oh, no. She read the books about Tarzan of the Apes, in which another girl, also named Jane, lived in the jungles of Africa. It's a cool place to sit and read a book. Just don't fall out. Jane dreamed of a life in Africa, too. A life living with and helping all animals. At night, Jane would tuck Jubilee into bed, say her prayers, and fall asleep. To awake one day, so many years later, here she is. It looks like she's in a tent. To her dream come true. And this is a picture of Jane Goodall with a little chimpanzee. So what I love about this book is you have a little girl who was curious and had some dreams. And as she became an adult, those dreams became her reality. Whatever your dreams are, whatever you're curious about, keep exploring them. Make them your reality too. Thanks.